Mark from Western Cycle. Got a flat tire, side of the road, or trail side. Not to worry, fix that no problem. Grab your tire levers, grab your handy dandy pump, get right to it. First you gotta get the wheel out of the bike. If you got a rim brake, undo that before you lift it out. This one happened to have a quick release. You're gonna have to get the bead off of the rim, at least on one side. Put the first lever in, hook it on the spoke, get your second lever in. Undo whatever's holding your valve there. Take your tube out. Yeah, you may want to pause at this point and try to figure out what happened so that you can prevent it from happening again. You want to make sure that you've identified the cause of the flat and somewhat resolved it. You need to check inside your tire by feeling. You need to look at the outside to see if there's anything stuck in there, like a thorn or a nail. Check the tube, see if you find the hole. If you find the hole in the tube and say it's here, it looks like it's toward the outside of the wheel, so like would have come from the ground, and you can reference where your valve was, which is here. And then you can estimate along the tube, and you can look at the tire at that point and see if you find the damage there. If you're finding damage on your tube that's to the inside of the wheel, then you need to be checking on the rim more, your rim tape. Check for holes in the rim tape and see if there's a spoke poking through, or if there's something sharp on the rim. And if you figure out what made the hole in your tube, and you can resolve that, you're gonna have a much better chance of having your flat fix work out. Ideally, you got a spare tube, but if you don't, you might need to patch the one you have. So you have a patch kit, they vary, but they have something in common, which is usually something rough, like sandpaper or metal kind of rasp. You prep the tube with that. So around the hole, you need to rough up the tube. Once it's roughed up, you grab the patch. Sometimes you have to put glue on the tube. This one's glueless. This one's kind of like a band-aid. You peel it off the backing, put it on that spot that you roughed up so that it covers the hole, and then you've got a patched tube. It's time to reinstall the tube. Either you patched the one that had the hole, or you had a spare. You need to put a bit of air in it. You want just enough that it has a round shape. Then we're going to insert the valve. Now the valve is in the rim. We're gonna put the tube inside the tire. Then when I put the bead of the tire back on the rim, starting at the valve, chuck that in, and work my way out from there. Eventually I'm gonna use two hands, get as much of the bead on as I can. This one went on by hand. If it didn't go on by hand, you'd have your tire lever, you'd have the bead almost all the way on, and use the lever to finish the last step. Put air in the tube. That pressure is gonna seat the bead onto the rim. It's on. You can check if it's seated on the rim by inspecting the tire. It's usually a line on the tire that you're lining up with the rim. So you want to be able to see that line all the way around visually. Once you've checked that the tire is properly seated onto your rim by inspecting it visually, you're going to want to either drop your tire pressure to your desired riding pressure or pump some more until it's up at the pressure that you desire for riding. I'm going to put the wheel back in the bike. Looking at the axle and the rotor. So the rotor goes between the pads and the axle goes in the drop pods. I'm gonna tighten up the quick release, close it, making sure there's good tight contact, enough pressure to make a mark on my hand. Flip the bike over and continue on the ride. It's a great idea if you want to practice this in your garage or the comfort of your own home, so you're ready for any roadside repairs. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us anytime at Western Cycle. Thanks.